Hello, I'm here at the ICS history book signing with Arnold, Glen and Zinner. First of all, could you let me know what the motivation was behind writing the history book?
Well, the idea of writing the history book came from Walter Artabani, who was then General Secretary of the ICS and is from Padua in Italy. And we were on the steps of the Versailles Palace at the gala dinner just before starting that and having drinks on the grounds, a perfect setting. And he said to Norm, Zinner and me, how about writing the history of the ICS? Well, who are we to refuse under those circumstances? Magic surroundings. And we got started. Then there was regrettably a bit of a hiatus because there were some political issues happened in ICS, which gradually resolved, and then we got to it again 2 or 3 years ago, and then that's where it started.
So, Eric, how did the process go with everyone being so far apart in the writing of the book?
It was a hoot. Firstly, I was very pleased to be asked to join Ted and Norm in the exercise, and fortunately we all had email, and that's the way it worked. And I think our computers became pretty heavily overloaded, but it was fantastic. I learned how to edit on the internet, and my sons were very impressed by that because they thought of me as a total ignoramus. But it's a great privilege to have Nancy here with us because, you know, she's the other half. And Norm was a fantastic contributor. He was very funny. After the book was finished, in fact, we continued to communicate by internet. He had a fund of jokes, and he was so responsive. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But to see this published and be able to have brought back all the memories, I'd kept a lot of the original papers, and to work my way through, I could see the people. And you know, another thing that really has impressed me is the tie. After all these years, there is now an ICS tie. We had the first meeting in Exeter in 1971. And we had about 60 members then. There are now about 3,000, and we would never have dreamt we would reach this level. And it's bringing together all the specialties, nurses, physiotherapists, scientists, bioengineers. It's the only organization that has brought so many groups together, and I think that's wonderful. And we see such a wide variety of cultures. That is an education in itself. So that's the sort of thing that brought about the book.
Thank you. So did you enjoy the process of writing the book, and how long did it take?
Well, how long did it take? It's very difficult to say that because we went through many iterations, and it was a good 2.5 years, I think. And of course, a book on history is never finished, and you have to stop somewhere. And there will be a need for some continuing record of the archives of the society, and hopefully that can be added to down the track. But probably not us.
And Nancy, you're here to represent Norm and his contribution to the book. How did you enjoy his debate in his honour today?
Oh, it was wonderful. I was very impressed. Even though I know he would have been jumping up in the back of the room, disagreeing with everybody because that was his style, he would have been totally shocked, and it was just a wonderful tribute. And I thank you all for doing that for him. It's going to make me cry, but it was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming and talking to us today.